Most history books will tell you about generals, presidents, and rich men. They won't tell you about a man who kept Alabama from starving to death. Because sometimes the greatest heroes don't carry guns, they carry clipboards, and they know how to get a train moving. This story takes us back to the winter of 1917, one of the coldest, bleakest winters the South had seen in decades. America was at war, factories were overworked, railroads were clogged, coal was scarce, and Alabama was running out of food. The mines around Birmingham were still digging coal, but the railroads, the lifeline of the South, were frozen, jammed, and, well, just falling apart. Freight cars were stacked up in yards for miles. Food shipments from the Midwest never arrived. Flour mills went quiet. Grocery shelves went bare. And truth be told, people were beginning to panic. In some towns, bread was rationed. In others, there was none at all. Mothers watered down soup, and children went to bed hungry. And nobody in Washington noticed, except one man. His name was William Gibbs McAdoo, and he was the director of the United States Railroad Administration. He wasn't from Alabama, but he understood something important. If Alabama Railroad stopped, the furnaces would go out, the coal would stop flowing, and America's war effort would collapse. So, when reports came in that Birmingham and the surrounding towns were on the edge of famine, McAdoo did something unheard of. He took control. McAdoo issued an emergency order that said, in plain English, all food for Alabama moves first. Everything else waits. Railroad managers protested. Factories screamed. Other states complained. But McAdoo didn't budge. He redirected entire train lines, canceled luxury shipments, delayed non-essential freight, and then he did the most daring thing of all. He sent food trains straight into Alabama, no matter how bad the congestion was. These weren't little shipments either. They were mile-long trains loaded with flour, grain, meat, and canned goods rolling through snow, ice, and broken tracks. Men worked around the clock clearing the rails. Telegraph wires buzzed day and night. And when those trains finally rolled into Birmingham, people lined the tracks and cried, not because they were patriotic, because they were hungry. One newspaper wrote that the trains had saved the city from hunger and despair. Bread returned. Mills reopened. Families could cook again. Alabama didn't starve that winter because one man refused to let paperwork and politics get in the way of human lives. And here's the saddest part. Most people have never heard of him. No statue, no school named after him, no holiday. Just a quiet man who, for a few weeks in 1917, made sure Alabama could eat. So the next time you see a freight train rolling past, remember this. Once upon a frozen winter, a man used those steel rails to save a whole state from starving. And sometimes, friends, that's what a real hero looks like. If you've enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more. I really appreciate you listening, and until next time, be blessed.